أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. Now let's go to Surah 12, Surah Yusuf alayhi salam. Those who didn't bring the Mus'haf, please use your WhatsApps of, your apps of Quran. Alhamdulillah. So we are in Surah Yusuf. We are about to end, inshallah, the tafsir. And no doubt, this is Ahsanul Qasas, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said himself in Surah Yusuf in the beginning. He said, نَحْنُ نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ أَحْسَنَ الْقَصَصِ. Indeed, we are telling you the best of the stories. The best of the stories are the stories of the prophets, all of them. And the best story in the Quran is Yusuf alayhi salam. Why? Why is the best? Because of this. Look, it's the only story in the Quran that is mentioned in one surah, meaning all of it. All other surahs and all other stories, they are divided. You have to read the whole Quran to understand it. The story of Musa alayhi salam, you find many episodes in different surahs. Good. But Yusuf alayhi salam, his story is only in one. Go to Surah Yusuf, open it, read it, that's it. From the beginning to the end. Second, that's number one. Second, it's a story that begins with dream. The story starts with a dream. It ends with realizing the dream. Knowing what was that dream all about. So it starts with a dream. You may see a dream in your life. At the end of your life, you realize that dream. So that dream happened in reality at the end of the life. So at the end of the story, what he saw of 2 planets, the sun and the moon, and 11 other planets bowing to him were nothing but his brothers and his father and mother. Mother, not necessarily the one who gave him birth, the one who raised him. Okay? All right. Then, within the story, there are many wonderful things to learn. Patience. Patience always pay back. Be very patient, my brothers and sisters. This is why we need to be patient. By the way, sometimes, of course, it's very hard to be patient. Not easy. But it's rewarding. Remember, the reward in Jannah Yawm al-Qiyamah will be so great for those who are patient that no one knows except Allah. 3 things Allah said He kept the reward for Himself. No one knows. 3 things. Number 1, patience. Number 2, forgiving when you can really hurt someone. You are now in a moment of power and you can really hurt that person who did something wrong to you, but you forgive. Allah will reward you a reward that no one knows except Him. And 3, fasting. Fasting, only Allah knows the reward of fasting. Nobody knows, not even the Prophet's wives. These are the 3 rewards unknown to mankind. They are related to something very, very nice that a person does. What is it? Patience. Patience on anything, good or bad. Eh? Patience is not just on evil things. For example, patience on lectures like this. Patience on salat. Patience on giving sadaqah. You don't give only when you are rich. You give also when, no matter what. Give smile. So giving, ibadat, good things, you are patient on doing them. Bad things, you are patient on staying away from them, even when they are tempting. Things like that. Clear?
Yes.
The other one is forgiving during the moment of power, you forgive those who wronged you. And 3, fasting. These 3 things, only Allah knows the reward, nobody else. He kept it secret to Himself. Okay? So sabr, my brothers and sisters, whatever you may go through, each one of us has problems, challenges in life. He's a liar who says, I live, but alhamdulillah, as long as you are with Allah and Allah is with you, you're fine. You're okay. And every human being has challenge. Don't just be thinking only you are suffering. Everybody is happy. No. But generally speaking, we are the happiest people on earth because Allah is in our life. What brought us here? What brought you here? I hope you didn't come because you have nothing to do afternoon, Sunday.
Come on.
What brought you, inshallah, is Quran and lecture. I want to seek some knowledge. Be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Clear? That's the niyyah. That should be the intention, not something else. Then Silatul Rahim, meeting friends, maybe meeting new families, friends, people, new people come to class, welcome, this and that. But the main reason is to seek knowledge and to study the Quran, which will definitely make us closer to Allah. Good. I repeat something I said earlier. If you have a mushaf at home and you never open it, you are considered migrator of the Quran. I repeat. Today you cannot say I don't have. You have it on your cell phone. And most of us now are spending more time with their cell phones than with their own wives and kids. So why not open your application on the Quran and read one page or two? So the ulama say, if you have a copy of the Quran with you, at home, at work, in your car, now, cell phone, and you don't read one page or two per day, at least, you are considered a person who throws the Quran behind his back. And Yawm al-Qiyamah, na'udhu billah, what do you tell Allah? Who gave you 24 hours free to live? You didn't even give him a few minutes to read his book. How about giving 2-3 hours a day, tafsir and sharahan like we do? Alhamdulillah, at least you consider yourself a person who did not migrate the Quran, inshallah. Okay, so we reached the point where Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, peace be upon him, reveals himself. He revealed himself indirectly when he said, "What have you done to Yusuf?" Then la anta Yusuf. They said, "Definitely you must be Yusuf." He said, "Yes, I am Yusuf and this is my brother." He said, "This is my brother." So the real brother is the one who doesn't hurt you. Please understand. If your brothers know nothing but hurting you, they shouldn't be your brothers. There are people who bring nothing to their brothers and sisters except pain. Pain. They fight, they quarrel, they disrespect, they interfere in their private lives, like for example between you and your wife. No one should interfere unless you want, you ask them for help. Things like this. So he said, "This is my brother," because Benjamin had nothing to do with them when they plotted against him. Benjamin was innocent. The others, no. They plotted and they even thought of killing him. One of them said, no, let's not kill him, just get rid of him. Exile him. Which caused a lot of pain to not only Yusuf alayhi salam as an innocent child, but to his father as well, who is their father. So they hurt many people in one action. In one action, they hurt many people. That's why I told you, please, before you make a decision, make istikhara and ask Allah if whatever you are going to do is not going to harm others. I give you an example. You may marry without the permission of your parents. You're going to create a lot of tensions. Because you just think about, I want to get married, that's it. No, I want to get married with the permission of my family. So that they give you their blessings. Tomorrow they will not say, we told you. Or we have nothing to do with it. That's why parents, please talk to your kids now. Talk to them that you cannot choose without my permission. Tell them now, put an earring in their ears. agree, talk to your wife that, look, listen, we need to say the same story to the kids, and that's it. Because the children are watching so many movies and drama, and their life became drama already, before they even... You two guys, don't think you are smart and you go to university and you graduated and I'm working. You're still the son of your father and the daughter of your mother, no matter what. Comprende, amigos?
Sí.
Sí, señora. Sí, señor. Thank you very much. May Allah bless you all.
Amen.
Okay. While they did that, now he says, I am Yusuf. So we are in page, go to Surah Yusuf, Surah 12.
246.
No, yeah. I'm looking for the verse where we stop.
90.
90. Yes. Verse 90, please, everyone.
They said, are you indeed Joseph? He said, I am Joseph, and this is my brother. And Allah has certainly favored us. Indeed, he who fears Allah and is patient. That indeed Allah does not allow to be lost the reward of those who do good.
Very good. Look how he answered. They asked him about himself, right? They said, Anta Yusuf? Are you Yusuf? He said, yes. Ana Yusuf. I am Yusuf. وَهَذَا أَخِي. Why he answered about his brother? The question was not about Benjamin, right? It was about them. You. Are you Sheikh Zoubir? Yes, I am Sheikh Zoubir, and this is my class. I didn't ask you about your class. I know where you're going. So, this is my brother. He is like angry. He is telling them what they have done. No matter what you did, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end brought me with my brother. All your plots times 0. So indirect telling them, look, after all what you have done, look, you wanted to separate between me and my brother, here is my brother with me. وَهَذَا أَخِي. And this is my brother. Wasn't he their brother too? He was. But I told you, a brother doesn't hurt his brother. A brother looks after his sister. Especially if she's weak. And all women are weak anyways. Even when they are prime ministers. Takbir. Emotional. So a girl may say a few things. What? Your sister may say something. You gonna what? Punish her all her life because she said something? Or you're gonna show forgiveness and that you are a leader? You got it? So he said, this is my brother. Meaning, my real brother is this one. You were not really good brothers. Although physically, biologically, you are my brothers. Then he said, قَدْ مَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has indeed been gracious to us. Wow. After all the, look, brothers and sisters, after all the tests that he went through, and his brother, because he was also next, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it to Benjamin because already they hurt their father. He's still positive. He is positive in his thinking. He didn't say, you have done, and he says, قَدْ مَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ. Allah has been so nice to us. Always look at the position Allah put you. After a trial, Allah puts you quite high over your brothers and sisters. So, don't be looking at what they did to you. Look where you are. So Yusuf alayhi salam chose to be positive. And here, listen to all of us. إِنَّهُ مَنْ يَتَّقِ وَيَصْبِرْ. Two things. Indeed, for anyone who practices taqwa and exercises patience, two things. Taqwa and patience. That shows patience is another value other than taqwa. Taqwa, I give you an example. Taqwa, for example, you really avoid sins, but not for long. You avoid sins. It's good. It's a form of taqwa. But not for long. then you go back. No, you need sabr to continue having taqwa. Taqwa is one thing, sabr is another thing that the taqwa needs. Otherwise, you go back. You avoid sins. Alhamdulillah, you are a man who doesn't mix with, you don't even come near sins. But for how long? So you have sabr. You need to have sabr. Otherwise, you go back to those bad habits. Or you fall into it. So, إِنَّهُ مَنْ يَتَّقِ وَيَصْبِرْ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. For that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for sure, will not make the reward of the muhsinun to be lost. Muhsinun are anyone who does good. Sisters, brothers, anyone does good in his life and have sabr is called muhsin. Meaning, he will be like, his reward will be like Yusuf alayhi salam. Have taqwa and be patient. Have taqwa of Allah. Stay away from problems, avoid problems, sins, and be patient on worshipping Allah. You will see. Allah will consider you muhsin, and therefore He will look after you. Your reward will never be lost. Here is an example. Remember the story of Musa alayhi salam when he ran away from Fir'aun? As he crossed the desert by himself, and by the way, that was the only man in history who crossed the desert by himself is Prophet Yusuf, Prophet Musa alayhi salam. High level of bravery. So when he crossed the desert, he found two girls, young women, wandering, walking in a nervous way. So he approached them. He said, "What's wrong with you? No salam, no good afternoon. Apa kabar? No. What's wrong with you?" This is how you approach women. Serious. When you talk to women, be very strict and straight to the point. Otherwise you start melting like chocolate. Takbir. Already the way there in Malaysia helps. Panas. Takbir. What's wrong with you? That's what he said. They said, La nasqi. Answer directly. We cannot go and water for our sheep. Hatta yusdir al-ri'a. Until those shepherds leave. That shows the piety of those women. That they didn't mix with men. Even when they needed to. Even when they have to water. Life or death. And those shepherds don't want to leave because they want the girls to come in between them. He understood. He didn't say anything. He took their sheep. That's it. He watered for their sheep and gave them their sheep. وَتَوَلَّى إِلَى الظِّلِّ. And then he went under the shadow of a tree, shade of a tree. And he said, رَبِّ إِنِّي لِمَا أَنزَلْتَ إِلَيَّ مِنْ خَيْرٍ فَقِيرٌ. Oh Allah, I know my risk is somewhere, but I'm poor. I'm really in need. One of them immediately came. Here is the reward. So he feared Allah. Allah rewarded him. He was patient not to look. He was patient not to. And out of dire need, he didn't even ask, can you please give me some food at least for what I did for you? He didn't. He turned to Allah. So Allah, what did He give him? Shelter. Wife. Job. Shelter. He is a stranger in a land because of one good action. He did only one good action. Look what Allah gave him. Allah blessed him with shelter and safety. He blessed him with a wife and gave him a job. That's why those students who come here and fear Allah and study and focus only their study, Allah will help them. Those who come here to play games, Allah will not even let them finish their education. And they go. Why someone else? Why? Because it was serious. May Allah make our youth all serious, inshallah. Clear? So he had the taqwa of Allah and he was patient. Allah gave him food, shelter, a wife. What do you want more? But what was her dowry? Ladies, 10 years of his life working. So who said women don't deserve? 10 years. Would you give 10 years of your life to a woman to marry her? Working for her father. Takbir. 91.
They said, by Allah, indeed Allah has preferred you above us, and we certainly have been sinners.
They realize. They realize, that's it. This is when a defeated person admits. Khalas, he raised the white flag. They said something that they should have said long time ago and never hurt their brother, which is, by Allah, indeed, Allah has preferred you to us. He preferred you to us. And we certainly have been sinners. I told you, the shortest cut to a problem is to say, I'm sorry. That's their sorry. We are sinners. We are really, really sinners. Allah made you better than us, and we admit we were sinners. Khalas, that's it. قال لا تثريب عليكم اليوم. Emery.
He said, no reproach on you this day. May Allah forgive you. And He is the most merciful of those who show mercy.
Khalas. The moment someone asks you forgiveness, please, you must forgive. I repeat, you might be very angry with someone right now. You may have a right for any reason. But once he or she comes and says, I'm very sorry, please forgive me. I was wrong. Khalas, I admit. Who are you not to forgive? You want Allah not to forgive you? You also sin. You made blunders in your life. So the moment that person, he or she, no matter what they have done, if they come and admit and sincerely apologize, you must. You must. Otherwise, na'udhu billah, you are not a kind person. No, Sheikh, they did this to me then. Ya akhi, they are admitting. This person is admitting in front of us. And he said, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, sister. I wronged you. Please forgive me. Khalas. Clear? So here is he. Your brothers and sisters, did they throw you in a well? Like Yusuf alayhi salam? Did they cause your father to be blind? Did they cause so much pain into your life? Did they cause you to go to jail? To be seduced? Just the fact that they put you in a situation where women wants to do zina with you. That's already, it's not, forget the well and forget jail. Why you put me in that situation? I could have done it. I could have fallen into sin. And that's why he said, Ya Rab, send me to jail, otherwise I will do it. Because the temptation was big. Not easy, sisters, brothers, to be surrounded by women. Crazy women who want to sin. That's why be careful where you go, please. Where you go, which jalan you take, what time you go. Clear? وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. Not only Allah will forgive you, but Allah is the most merciful of all those who are merciful. Meaning, I have to forgive you because I want also Arham Ar-Rahimin to show me mercy Yawm Al-Qiyamah. 93.
Take this, my shirt, and cast it over the face of my father. He will become seeing and bring me your family all together.
Excellent. What's the story of the shirt? Shirt of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. 3 times it has been mentioned in this surah, and also 3 dreams. The first story of the shirt was his shirt full of blood. Number 2, his shirt torn. Number 3, his shirt to be
Given
put
on
on his father's face. And there are 3 dreams. His dream, The dream of the two prisoners and the dream of the king. Okay. What was the last thing Prophet Yaqub, the father, alayhi salam, saw from his son? Or about his son? His shirt. He saw shirt cut, torn, and full of blood. Do you see? Are you seeing? Pay attention. The shirt was not just full of blood, it was. Pay attention. The second shirt only torn, no blood. She pulled him from the back. Now pay attention, pay attention. T-shirt full of blood and torn. T-shirt just torn. He's getting better. T-shirt full and no blood. Put it on the face of my father. So there is no point to have clothes that are torn and full of blood. You go back to Jahiliyyah. Today. Rich people used to make fun of workers. And when they cut their trousers in the 80s, they laugh at them. Now they are buying that. Look at the curse. Hey, poor people have a curse. Careful. Never make fun of anyone. You make fun of anyone, you're going to wear his clothes. And you buy them. At least he didn't buy. Smarter than you. The poor want to work. Out of hard work and labor and sweat, it cut off. Today, no, it's fashion. You pay money to wear it. And you could be even celebrity. So look, Allah wants us to put nice clothes on, full and complete and clean. You go and tear it apart. Today you started here, tomorrow I don't know where. May Allah save us. Say Ameen. I started here, knee. I start going up. Right or wrong? Do you see these things or not?
Yes.
And some of you buy these clothes to their children. What type of Muslim father or mother you are? Good. Then, after that, it's not just torn. A day will come, people start putting blood on it. A real blood. Because it's cool. It's cool, man. So you see, alhamdulillah, from a torn shirt full of blood to a torn shirt, at least things are getting better. There is no blood involved. That woman could have scratched him and caused him blood. Could have cut him. Women went crazy. What did they do to their hands? They cut themselves. By the way, I found a new tafsir just this week. The reason why she gave them the knife, it wasn't for them to eat fruit. It was to cut their hands. When she proves that she was right. It was the tradition of the Egyptians to admit. When they admit they are wrong, they cut their hands. They have to. So you see, you have to go to so many tafsir. When she gave them knives, it was a form of, you know, there are people who do. Like kamikazes, what do? The Japanese, they kill themselves even. It's not to kill yourself. The Egyptians had a tradition, what is it? That when I prove you wrong, you have to cut your hand. To be called an honorable man who admitted the truth. And that's why he told the king, ask them about the women who cut their hands. So it was the law those days.
So it was not because they were mesmerized by his...
No, they were, definitely. But they realized he's handsome. So, we wronged you, Zulaykha, we wronged you. We talked so bad about you. Oh, you deserve to go crazy about him. Let's go crazy about him too. Back there. Read, my brothers, read. The more you read, the more Allah will open up more venues of knowledge, inshallah. That's one more tafsir. Okay. Why he gave his shirt to be put? That's the hikmah of Allah. So the miracle of Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam is his cloth. That's why his cloth is repeated. His cloth was his miracle. Every prophet had miracle. The miracle of Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam was his cloth. Put it on the face of my father, who is 100% blind. Ya'ti basira. He will turn, mashallah, into seeing person. Okay. Wa'tuni bi ahlikum ajma'in. And bring me all your family, the whole family, bring the whole family and come. Wow. You see, the success of one of us, my brothers and sisters, is success to all of us. Why we don't like one of us to be successful? No, hasad. A lot of hasad among Muslims. If your brother succeeds, he will pull you out of misery. Most people hasad, even among brothers. Who made Yusuf go to all this? Brothers. Good. 94.
And when the caravan departed from Egypt, their father said, "Indeed, I find the smell of Joseph, and would say that he was alive if you did not think me weakened in mind."
Good. When the caravan drew nearer to their land, the caravan now of Egypt, coming towards their land, nomadic land. Yaqub alayhi salam, the father of Yusuf alayhi salam, said, "Inni la ajidu ruha Yusuf." I smell Yusuf. But I know you are going to tell me there is something wrong with you. I smell Yusuf. I smell Yusuf. Why smell Yusuf? Question. It's this. Some do not bring happy news, very good news, suddenly to people. Do not go home suddenly after a long period of
Absence.
journey or absence. Tell your wife I'm coming. Assalamu alaikum. I am in KLA. She prepares herself mentally. Imagine she is not expecting you. Your children are not expecting your father, your mother, who has very fragile heart. Maybe your father has near heart attack, and you just show up. Out of happiness, he may die. Serious. Do not surprise people. Surprise. So that's why Rasulullah ﷺ never came back from any journey, whether it was jihad, battlefield he went to, or Umrah or Hajj, except that he prays 2 rak'ahs in Masjid al-Nabawi, and he sends one of the Sahaba to tell his wives that he is in town. So they prepare themselves mentally, let alone physically. No, serious. Sisters, you cannot let your husband see you in a maybe you are not ready, maybe you are not, same thing. So there is nothing called surprise. You don't do that. So he started smelling. Why he smelled his son? Do you know when you love someone so much, you can really smell him from far place? Mother smells her baby. The mother smells her baby. The smell of her baby is too strong for her. Because she loves him so much. He is part of her. So, plus he is prophet, so Allah Azza wa Jalla wanted him to find the aroma, or what we call the fragrance.
Is this real smell or intuition or?
No, it's a real smell.
Real smell.
Inni la ajidu riha Yusuf. I find it in my nose. Lawla an tufannidun. You are always going to say, old man is not true. But he proved them wrong. Lawla an tufannidun. He said, and when the caravan departed, their father said, I do indeed feel the smell of Yusuf. If only you think me not a doctor, meaning a person who has weakness of mind. You think I am wrong, but no. By the way, one more thing about blind people. Their sense of hearing and smelling is very powerful. Allah never subhanahu wa ta'ala deprive you from one sense except He gives you extra. Look at special children. Allah may have taken something away from them, but subhanAllah, they're gifted in other things more than you and me. Allah is great. Takbir. Women may not reason so much, but they give you so much emotions. and sometimes make your life hell. Takbir. Because of the emotions. They are too emotional. But that's also a power of point. Yeah, a point of power. If you know how to use it, for Allah's sake. Got it or not?
Yes.
I hope so. So, when a man loses his, or a woman, their sight, oh, Allah puts here and here. And maybe in their hands, in other things, skills. They can play the piano, like the famous blind guy, what's his name?
Stevie Wonder.
No, the other one. Ray Charles.
Oh, Ray
He
Charles.
plays, he never saw that. Example, a blind person, he says, who's here? Just believe him. He heard something. You go check. You better go check. You think it's the cat. It's not cat. It's human cat. A thief or burglar. Go check. Serious. They have that. So when he says, I smell something, before you smell it, subhanallah, maybe few meters, he already felt it. Clear, inshallah?
Yeah.
Good.
MashaAllah.
What did they say to him? Ashley?
Those around him said, by Allah, you are in your own error.
Ah. Those around him, the caravan is still coming, on the way. He says, I smell the odor of Yusuf. But you are going always to tell me you are wrong. Those around him, the immediate family, they told him, you are absolutely wrong. You are in your old error. Be careful, do not say that word to the elderly. It hurts them. They didn't become old and helped you and made you who you are to tell them old man or old woman. Don't even joke with that. 96.
Then, when the bearer of the glad tidings arrived, he casted the shirt over the face, and he became clear-sighted. He said, did I not say to you, I know from Allah that which you know not?
Why Allah chose this drama to give the sight to his slave Yaqub, who was tested so much, father of Yusuf? Why it had to be this way? Why not just, Allah is the most powerful, right? He can just give him his sight right away, without all this shirt and drama. Why? What do you think? Listen, to who?
To the brothers.
To the family, because they thought the man was wrong. All your life you thought someone was wrong. I have to prove you that you were wrong. It's not Yusuf, it's not Yaqub. Yaqub is prophet of Allah. Even if he died blind, he would never, mashallah, object. He accepted. It's you who caused him pain, to show you that this old man was never wrong. And he had hope in Allah, and this is why. Look at it. Wow.
Oh my God.
Allah could just give him this. You see what I mean? It's, again, it is his love to Yusuf that brought him, subhanAllah. The reward still never lost hope in Allah. Yusuf could be alive. Yusuf could be alive. Yusuf could be alive. Even when Benjamin and the elder brother got lost, didn't come back, right? He still said, look for who? Yusuf. Go look for Yusuf. Mister, you have 3 sons missing. Look for Yusuf. Yusuf. Ah. How can I be the Yusuf of my family? Be just nice to your father. Be nice, that's all. What did Yusuf have? Yusuf was just a kid, but he was nice. He knew how to speak to his dad. He never offended his father. He never went against his father. The others were rude. Okay, very good.
He said, O our Father, ask forgiveness from Allah for our sins. Indeed, we have been sinners.
After apologizing to their brother, once they went home, and their father told them, I told you, you see, my children, my wife, my slaves, Oran, those who lived with me all these years, I've been telling you, Yusuf is still alive. And I told you that I have from Allah knowledge that you don't have. And the children beg his forgiveness. Then they ask their father to forgive them. They wronged their brother and they saw him. First, they apologized. Then they went to their father and asked, Dad, please forgive us, and ask Allah to forgive us. What did the father say?
He said, I will ask my Lord for forgiveness for you. Verily, only He is the one of forgiving, the most merciful.
Very good. The father said, I will ask Allah to forgive. I will. And Allah doesn't turn down the dua of a prophet. But only Him can forgive. And He is the most merciful. Again, وَهُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. Now, they all left. Father, mother, or stepmother, according to some tafsir. Because Yaqub alayhi salam married 2 wives and 2 slaves. He had 4 wives total. And 2 were sisters, which is no more in Sharia. But those days, it was permissible. It is Islam, it is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Sharia of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that has forbidden us from marrying 2 sisters at the same time. Haram. After divorce or after death. When the divorce is final, you can marry her sister. Or when one of them dies, the first one dies, then you can marry the second one, but not at the same time. It's haram, huh? When they came, khalas, the whole family came, children, grandchildren, whoever was there. When they entered the courtyard of Yusuf alayhi salam, what did he do to his father and mother? He did what every one of us should do. When you see your father and mother, you get up for them out of respect. There are some children I watch, when father and mother comes, they don't stand up. When grandpa comes, they even lie down on the sofa. So, what happened? Although he was the king, he was the ruler, he went to his father and mother and brought them and made them sit on his throne. Wow. He gave them their seat. The respect. Father and mother always top. Always top. And then he said, Awa ilayhi abawayhi. He brought his parents to his throne and said, وَقَالَ ادْخُلُوا مِصْرَ إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ أَمِنِينَ. Look at the word inshaAllah. He said, enter Egypt and live in Egypt, inshaAllah, with peace. He used the word inshaAllah. See, all the prophets of Allah, they used to say inshaAllah. Okay, so he said, live in this land peacefully, under security, inshaAllah. He gave them what we call PR, permanent resident. Live in this land, inshaAllah, with peace and security. Sister Nora, go ahead.
And he raised his parents up on the throne, and they all fell before him in prostration. He said, My father, here is the fulfillment of my early dream. My Lord has made it come true. He favored me when he released me from the prison, and he brought you from the countryside after Satan had caused a rift between me and my brothers. Surely my Lord does what he wills in a subtle way. Surely he is the all-knowing, the all-wise.
Very good. Pay attention to this ayah. This ayah is full of knowledge. Ayah 100. Number 1, he went and hugged his father and mother. Awa in Arabic is to hug. He missed them so much, so he hugged them. And that's what parents want. Then he asked them to come and sit on his throne, arsh, not even chair, high place. He let them sit. And then he said to his dad, Dad, this is the interpretation of my dream. Remember when I told you? He said, yes. The 11, Benjamin, and 10 brothers. And you and mom. Because they were high. You and mom. Father, mother, sun and the moon, and the 11 stars, bowing, they all bow to him. out of respect. Okay. Then he said, God has been so great to me. Look what he remembers. He does not remember what his brothers did to him or what that woman tried to do to him. He said, when he got me out of jail. Look how positive thinking. See the positive thinking? Stop. Some of you live in your pain. You have some bad experiences in life. You still live there. You are prisoner of your, I don't know what. Someone promised you of marriage, didn't marry you. Why are you crying about him? You fool. Allah saved you from that idiot. You don't know. You are married and having children, still thinking about my first love.
Ya Allah.
My first love. La ilaha illallah. Be positive. Wallahi al-azim. Look, sisters and brothers, everything is here. Everything is here. The power of mind is very important. Alhamdulillah. Allah give me better job. Why are you still talking about Petronas when they fired you? Example. Talk about Alhamdulillah. Maybe if your company didn't fire you, you wouldn't be here listening to my classes. You'd be playing golf with sinners. Ping, ping. So actually, it is Allah who sent you here. That means some of you, had it not been that very bad experience in marriage, you wouldn't be here listening to me now. And don't say, oh, that's me. Don't say nothing. Just serious. So now he's enjoying the moment. Look how he's enjoying the moment. Allah gave me back my father and mother and made my brothers who harmed me beg for my forgiveness. Let me enjoy the moment. So he didn't mention the well. He didn't mention the seduction of the wife of Al-Aziz. He didn't mention the seduction of the other women. Even when he mentioned the sijn, even when he mentioned prison, what did he say? He got me out of it. Did you see the beauty of this ayah? He got me out of the prison. He got me out of it. He's not mentioning prison as a bad experience. He's mentioning the aftermath. He got me out of prison. This is very important tafsir I'm sharing with you, my sisters and brothers, that please, for Allah's sake, forget your bad experiences in life and focus only on good ones. You will see. Your life will become like this, positive. Instead of, because the moment you remember a bad experience, it becomes sour here. And only you can change this, nobody else. Right? Okay. وَجَاءَ بِكُم مِّنَ الْبَدُو. And then he brought you from the wilderness. He brought you from nomadism, Bedouinism. He brought you from Bedou to the city. You were living a very rough and tough life. He brought you to me, to some kind of ease. You were in the Bedou. Not easy to live in the jungle, for example. He brought you to the city. Okay, good. من بعد أن نزغ الشيطان بيني وبين إخوتي. Who to blame? He didn't blame his brothers. He blamed Shaitan. Subhanallah, look at it. You, the slightest problem happened between you and your brother, you blame him, he blames you. No, it's Shaitan, and it's true. Sometimes, sisters, out of nowhere problems start in a family. Out of nowhere. It's Shaitan. A brother hates his sister. Sister angry at her son or daughter or whatever. Shaitan. And you know why also? Because some of you, honestly I tell you, you are really fool. Because you allow certain bad people to enter your homes. Do you know Rasulullah ﷺ said, لا يأكل طعامك إلا تقي ولا يدخل بيتك إلا مؤمن. No one should eat your food but a muttaqi, meaning to your house. Invite oramber taqwa to your house. And only mu'min should enter your house. Some people, when they come to the house, there is a fight between you and your wife. Why? They bring evil eye. They're not good people. They look like this problem between you and your wife now. Later on when they leave. And you say, well, what is this? Evil eye. They've seen something they evil did with their eye. That's why not anyone enters your home. Sheikh, what does that mean? Because you are a social creature. You are not a da'wah creature. Then Allah said, Inna Rabbi latifun lima yasha. On the tongue of Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam, Allah said, indeed, certainly, my Lord is the most courteous and most kind to whom He wills. Allah is so latif. Sisters and brothers, there is one rule about Allah that every Muslim needs to understand. Allah says, Allahu latifun bi'ibadih. Allah is very courteous and kind to all His slaves, Muslim and non-Muslim. In dunya, He is very courteous and kind. In akhirah, He is courteous and kind only to the believers. In dunya, He is. Explain to me, you go worship statue and He still feeds you. He doesn't let that statue fall on you and crash. You go do this to Jesus Christ and still He puts so much money in your account. This is in dunya because He is courteous. Akhirah, too bad. So Allah is latif. Here He is saying Allah has been so kind to all of us. Innahu wal alimul hakim. Allah is full of knowledge and full of wisdom. Why He allowed the family to be like this. By the way, had it not been for all the trial of Yusuf alayhi salam, the family wouldn't be given PR in Egypt. They wouldn't, because they are not Egyptians. They are nomad people. So here is the evidence that Bani Israel have never had a land. Surah Yusuf tells you. Because Yusuf is what? Son of Israel. Who is Israel? Yaqub alayhi salam. Benjamin, son of Israel. The other 10 sons, including Yehuda, Judah, is. So this is from where Bani Israel come. They never had a land. Badu. Here is the verb. I want you to go back. Go to the same ayah. وَجَاءَ بِكُم مِّنَ الْبَدُو. The son of Israel, Yusuf alayhi salam, is saying to his father and mother and his brothers that God has brought you to Egypt from Badu, from no land. No land is Badu. Do you know what that means? No land. Yet the Jews, what do they say? Palestine is our land. It's not your land, my friend. You cannot trick me. Allah taught me from the Quran. You can trick anyone, but not a mu'min who knows the Quran. But we don't want to read the Quran, or we want only Yasin. Do you think we will know these things? We will not know these things. Yes, Omar?
Not all Bani Israel is Yahudi, right?
No. But, okay. Later on we will see. Just follow my series of classes. Later on, when right before Musa is sent, we will see Bani Israel now are addressed as Yahud. Only after Musa. When Musa came, the new word of Yahud has been used. But before Bani Israel, children of Israel. So when the Jews claimed that Palestine was theirs, Musa brought you from where? Egypt. And what were you doing in Egypt? Slaves. Well, you were given PR and well treatment. Your forefathers, the 12 tribes, including your great father. He was still alive, Yaqub. You were given PR and good life. Why? How did you become slaves? This is the question they don't want to answer. 2 questions the Jews don't want you to answer. Repeat that. I repeat that. Ask them, what happened to you from masters of the land, your brother, one of you, was the king of Egypt, almost the king. He was running Egypt. And then you became slaves, the pharaohs, Ramses II. Second question, why did Hitler kill so many Jews? They don't want to answer that. They just say Holocaust. Okay, why there was a Holocaust? Okay, just keep coming, inshallah. These two questions, ask them. Why Bani Israel became slaves? Although they were, in the beginning, they were ruling almost the land. Because their brother was. What happened? Second, why Holocaust? Why Hitler killed you? There must be reasons. Good or bad, just mention them, they will know. They avoid these two questions. Anyways, I leave you now. I see you inshallah next time. At the end of this surah, we still have, by the way, one more page to cover. Show you that majority of people commit shirk even when they become Muslim. Scary, scary, scary. Keep coming to this class. People still are going to commit shirk although they become Muslim. It's mentioned in Surah YUSUF alayhi salam.
Yeah.
Allah draws your attention and my attention after a beautiful story that ends with a positive ending, reunion of the family, the forgiveness of Allah to all of them. But still Allah says there is a problem, be careful. That the majority of people, even when they do shahada, they still commit shirk. May Allah bless you all, keep you healthy, you and your loved ones.